that one.
It's for that booger attack and
Sprung duck technique, because that's something you need for an Audi.
I know German.
Romeo, aren't they?
Well, they don't own it. Peter Sauber still own it, but Alfa are the main.
Alfa Romeo kind of got brought in as like a sponsorship title name.
Yeah, then it turned into a main sponsor, and then a bit like how, like WSR is actually just BMW.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But I think what they've done here is like Audi will be branded, and it's like 5 or 10% of Sauber.
I've been thinking today, by the way, Dan, since that TikTok you sent me yesterday.
Of what?
Who that driver could have been in the Honda.
Well, it's clear who it is. It's fucking Plato.
It's not. He didn't look. His hands didn't look old enough for it.
It's fucking Plato, mate. They're just teasing you.
I think it's too early to have signed Plato. I don't think he's explored his options yet.
He's leaving.
Well, he's leaving, but Matt Neal has offered him, and Jason Plato said this himself, Matt Neal has said that if you can't get a drive anywhere doing what you want to go and pursue, come to Team Dynamics, we'll get you your 100th win. Which I think's rich, because I think them Hondas have been goddamn fucking awful. But Matt Neal's basically said, if nothing works out what you want to do for next year, we will have you. Come and work with us. Put all our shit beside and come and work with us. Beth said Turkington, but I thought he was too fat for Turkington on that video. Whoever's watching my stream, appreciate you watching my public stream, but turn off to this and head over to Simplay Motorsport, because we're live on there and you get to see all these nice fancy graphics. And in fact, just starting now is actually going to be the highlight. So, go and double check Simplay Motorsport out and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you very much for all leaving.
Look out
Can I get a hi?
Look out for the Master Chopper.
Oh no!
Right, yes, you fucker.
Yeah, go on, Lance.
Right, Jamie Brazier had suspension damage. Just to point that one out there, so he didn't chop my nose off.
What the fuck are you talking about, Matt?
Right, I was doing the highlights yesterday, and he chops across me because of his suspension damage, and you went, "Oh, Brazier's chopped the chopper." And then you went on for about 5 minutes about how I'm the chopper, and then obviously I messaged you.
Yep.
And now Lance Stroll did what Lance Stroll did last week, and I'm in for the shit tomorrow, aren't I?
Yep. Tomorrow night you are Lance Stroll.
I do drive the Aston Martin. I do drive the Aston Martin on Formula One, so yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you are wank.
So obviously been coaching Lance on. He hasn't quite got it nailed just yet because he did move really late.
I don't want to take credit for it. Did you hear Alonso's thing?
No.
What was that?
He basically said that Lance did nothing wrong, and it was, he'd have done the same thing. And it was Jamie who was telling me, and I sat there and thought, well, of course Fernando, when Daddy Stroll's going to be paying his wages next year, isn't going to slag Lance off.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I would have kept my mouth shut though, wouldn't you? Because
I wouldn't.
That was obviously like fucking terrible.
What's more important to Daddy Stroll? Is it 1, his money, or B, his son? Probably his money.
I don't know,
Probably wants some success, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. So if Alonso's smart, he'd say, fucking sack that sack of shit off. That can only seem to be good at 1 round every fucking 8 rounds. And then hire someone good.
Well, Alonso should be taking him to one side and, putting his arm around him and saying, right, you little twat.
In all fairness, I'm surprised Sebastian Vettel hasn't over the 2 years.
Ever since they've had that upgrade on the Aston, Seb has got better and better and better.
It's a shame to see him retire.
The best. Stroll has been fucking wank.
Yeah, Seb was driving well over the weekend, wasn't he?
I thought Stroll had decent pace over the weekend until he did that one manoeuvre.
I think it was just car suited this track. But Seb got the most out of it, other than when Aston Martin decided to fuck up in the pits.
No!
Yeah.
What?
Is my Toy Story notebook full?
Fucking hell.
No.
So Dad, how's your R2-D2 book going?
Yeah, mine's good, man. Yeah, plenty of room in my book.
I've got 6 pages left. Oh.
It's a good thing I don't have to get the Game of Thrones notebook out.
And then I move on to the Nightmare Before Christmas notebook. Yeah, Christmas.
Fuck off.
What a wanker.
Yes. Now Laura's turned the tunes up a bit more.
Who let the Fury Massey in here? I'm just trying to get this vision of Laura just sat
bit
in
of
the living
Buble.
room with her headset on, talking to us.
Bit of Buble, Laura.
Ah,
Pit window. I actually found
kind
a
of
picture
wish you'd
of
never
you.
done that now, don't you?
I actually found a picture of you yesterday, Laura. Speaking of that, speaking of yourself. Hey, from Dan and Welshie at Donington was putting their legs over a bar, playing with their nipples. Keegs is pissing himself. Fury's just sticking his tongue out, doing a peace sign, and you're sat there pissing yourself. The bloke behind you is kind of stood there looking like, "What the fuck are these pillocks doing?"
Who was
on
it?
that fateful night?
Don't know who it was. Don't know who it was. No, this was during the day at the tracks. This must have been the Saturday or the Sunday.
Mate, send me that photo. I don't know fucking.
I'll have to plug the camera in, and I'll have to plug camera in after this and send it.
okay.
Yeah, I didn't take it off the camera.
Oh, I see. Was that on top of the? Is that where that tunnel was?
So you know the steps coming down towards the tunnelers on the Infield?
Yeah, top of the steps.
Yeah, it's like halfway down. Yeah, by the top.
I vaguely remember that now. It was after race 1, wasn't it?
I couldn't tell you the race. There was no cars around. You know, we was by the tunnel.
Yeah, I think it was the end of race 1. Because we all then decided to go through the fucking paddock. After the first race was done. I vaguely remember.
You remember a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I don't remember what happened the night before.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, we could tell you some stuff.
The only thing I can remember is I kissed Gary, that was it. And I think Laura was going to kill me as well.
I think that must have been in the window of 20 minutes, as long as it took Gary to get pissed.
That was a very good night.
Yeah, you became a man that night, Rabbit.
I polished your fucking vodka off. Me and Gary, you brought a vodka over, me and Gary just finished a fucking lot.
I'll always say that that's the night you turn from a boy to a man.
There's a video of us singing and dancing on my phone. Dan's got James on his shoulders. We're all cuddled up singing and dancing. Gary just strolls over to the fucking table, picks up the bottle of vodka in front of his camera and just downs this bottle of vodka. We're all jumping along. Everyone was oblivious to what Gary was doing. Like, fuck me, man. I think Corey holding the phone was the only one who knew what was going off.
And Keegs and Welshie were just sitting in the corner laughing at us because they went drinking. And
Laura was outside
Sotty
telling
was in
Fury
bed.
off.
And also
I was
telling
casually
Gary
just
and
trying
Neil.
to get Fury drunk.
Hey, whoa! I was a responsible adult. I didn't offer him a drink.
I will admit, I started it.
I was
started
too busy making sure that Dan didn't drop Dick James. In all fairness, Dan consumed more and more and kept picking James up more and more. And I thought he's going to drop him here. Oh, he's going to drop me some.
And instead, I dropped.
Yeah, on the floor, crying.
I had a midget take me back to bed.
Hey,
After he took Joe in his tent with Mazda.
Midget.
Oh yeah, Haley had to take you because Kelly and Mazda were giving Joe a leg and a wing into his tent, weren't they?
Joe was in a worse state than I was.
Kelly, you and Mazda should have just took Joe to the bottom of the craners, left him there on track, and when we wake up the next morning, then the touring course has been postponed a little bit because there's some ginger in the middle of the track.
We couldn't do that to him. We couldn't do that to him. We had to take him back to his
Send the touring cars out just right. We've got a cone there in the middle of the track. Let's just go remove that cone. Thank you very much.
We're sat there eating breakfast and get a phone call off Dan. Yeah, Matt, don't come up just yet. Jones asleep at bottom at Crane as they postponed it.
What's that? What's the marshal doing in the middle of the craners? Get him off the track.
Oh,
no, wait,
yeah,
it's
no.
the fast out ginger. Just kick him off to the
Part of me would have respected you so much if you'd have done that.
right. That's it. Next year.
To be fair, we weren't 100% sure that we were putting you in the right 10.
I was sure I was going to the right 10.
That's all we had to go by was you absolutely off your tits. Going, yeah, that's my 10. Are you sure, Joe? Yeah, absolutely. All right. So me and Mazda bundled you in there. Right, just kind of opened the door and you flopped in there and like, right, our job here's done. You know?
Yeah. See you in the morning, Mazda.
My tent to
Leg
see
hanging
Daniel,
out.
Daniel face
Cock
first
hanging
in his
out.
bed with Haley rubbing his back like he was going to vomit or something. And Daniel going, don't leave me, don't leave me.
You're chatting shit, guys. I was passed out.
You're chatting shit, you ain't got no idea what the fuck happened.
I knew exactly at that point. There's a point in my head that goes.
Excuse me.
Where it goes blank is the time that we were all in the garage thing, whatever the fuck it was.
Garage 39.
And I was finished throwing James around. Then it goes blank to me. I don't even remember going back to Matt's tent at all. Right? And then it comes to me when me and Haley are walking back to the tent. And I'm saying, there's a pretty light there. I'm going to focus on that light so I don't fall over. And then I tripped.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I remember going for a piss and Kelly and Dan was trying to kick me out the toilet because he was having a heart-to-heart. I walks into that toilet near our tent to go for a piss. Kelly was drunk, but not as bad as last year. Dan's sobbing, right? They're both stood there having a piss. I've literally walked in for a piss. Get out! Get out! Get out! All right, okay, I'll go to a different toilet. And then the next thing, I come back from the other toilet. Dan sat on floor outside the previous toilet. Matt, I want to cuddle. Matt. Sake.
Tony, you missed all the action. You need to come and join us at Donny.
I've got nowhere to sleep.
I'm going to bring
most people
the
have
Jaeger
got-
next time. Don't worry.
No, don't bring fucking Jaeger. Fuck that shit.
Why not?
Gary
I'll bring
throwing up
vodka.
next to Sooty's tent and Sooty shouting out, "Don't you be sick on my fucking tent."
Oh, I'm going to piss on his tent next time.
Gary crawled into Sooty. That was the best thing. Where is he? Which one's Sooty's? That one. Oh, I'm going to wake the fucker up. Unzips it, crawls straight in, goes and lays with him. I'd have pissed myself if he'd have been sick in it.
Where the fuck is
invites
Dean?
go out yet?
Yeah, the invites are out.
You're offline, no wonder.
Lasted 4 minutes. Look.
Yeah, I best go in another party.
Flying the
Dad, when
flag
you're
solo
offline,
tonight,
you're,
Kelly.
Sorry?
Go on, then.
Flying the flag solo, he said.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, and what I said was normally when you appear offline on PlayStation, your notifications don't actually come through.
All right.
You might have to check them.
They usually come up on my screen, but yeah, I'm here now,
Not
so it's
always.
good.
Right, I'm going to go start the other party.
I'm going to
Bye,
go and have
guys.
a piss and sit at a party on my own.
Kelly,
Yes,
see you on the podium.
I certainly will. See you there.
You got Joe here. You can speak to Joe.
You got no friends either, Joe. There you go, see?
Dean's got
Exactly
no
that.
friend. Dean might be on his own tonight. Kelly, if you fancy being in a party with him.
No, I'm absolutely fine on my own, thank you.
Poor Dean.
Or we could have Liam if he's not racing.
Fuck Liam. Guy's a fucking joke. Don't mean to speak ill of your boyfriend, Joe, but
Speak whatever shit you want about him.
are you practicing Project Cars, Laura, for next season? Ah,
Oh, we need like a female driver, don't we?
that's what I'm thinking. Imagine Laura and Beth teaming up. Beth can borrow Floyd's PlayStation. An all-female team.
Yeah. Go for it.
No, you can't use my steering wheel.
Bitch, if I want to use your fucking steering wheel, I'll use your fucking steering wheel. Otherwise, I'm dropping it up, fucking blood off it, and bastard it around it. And then you're going to know you.
Timer on 2 minutes to. Right, I want to jump in the other party. Kelly, see you on the podium. Joe, best of luck. Fury, Laura, Tony, catch you later.
Righto.
Right, I'm gonna put my slippers on.
Gay.
Just gonna pop to the toilet, bud. Okay.
You ever heard of the actress called Chloe Martinez?
No.
Okay, well, I'll try and figure out what she's been in. But she was at F1 with Williams,
Okay.
and she got in a sim. And what's her
Oh.
face?
From Kick-Ass.
Movies. I'll tell you if she's. Yeah, she's from Kick-Ass. Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you mean then. The blonde.
yeah. She she got in a sim, one of the basic, Panatec ones that they had on display and all that shit. She got in that, and Jamie Caroline were giving her a lesson and everything.
Yeah.
And she basically turned around and said, I'm genuinely actually worried about this because she's actually really good. And then they did one of those speed reaction tests. The light comes on,
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
to tap it as quickly as they can. Jamie scored 40, and Chloe scored 43, which is just below Jamie. Obviously, the lower the number, I think, is the quicker reaction.
Yeah, yeah.
So Jamie scored 40, and she scored 43.
That's
So, yeah. And
That's
she was
pretty
sitting there, she was
impressive,
going, I'm enjoying the feedback, I'm enjoying that. I want it to go harder so I know exactly what they're feeling.
She been hanging around Liam?
No, I think she genuinely wanted to know what the F1 drivers feel.
Fair play.
She'd probably lose her fucking wrist if she tried to use it normally.
Right.
Are we fucking going or what?
Yeah, I'm going now.
Where's Dean?
I've just messaged him on Facebook. We're stealth.
Fuck
We are
him.
Monkey Boy down. Liam, he's not going to turn up. So Monkey Boy not here, so we know that one. I could jot 0 on that one. Keegs isn't here. Leon, I didn't think see in there. Stealth. Was Leon there, was he? Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Stealth normally comes in during practice, doesn't he? Obviously because of work, we know.
So Monkey Boy we know is not here, so we ain't got no Liam, we ain't got no Keegs, we ain't got no Dean. There's 4. We got 13, so 11, so we're missing
Yeah, so
one.
Stealth. Stealth's the other one.
Stealth.
But he comes in
Stealth,
late, doesn't he, because
Dean,
of work.
Liam. Yeah. And he doesn't particularly care. I think he joined the Discord now, hasn't he?
Is he?
Finally, yeah. I think he's joined the Discord, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. You remember that bloke who come onto my stream, that Welsh esports guy who does F1?
No.
So I was streaming F1 Manager the other week, and he came on commenting. He's the manager for Wales.
WTF.
No, he does Wales esports stuff. Manages Wales esports, and he's said I could send you some drivers your way for when you do your F1 league. So we
No
shall
thanks.
see. Right, live stream that. Good afternoon and welcome to Simplay Motorsport, here for the Pro-Am action today, and what a day it's going to be. We are a week away from the halfway mark of the season and we are in Dubai. It is absolutely roasting here. I'm Matthew Duffin, joined in the commentary box once again by my 6-time champion and compatriot rival. I called him my lover last week. I think we'll stay with that one as well. Dan Davis. Dan, good evening. How are you? Hope you are well.
Good evening, Matthew. Good evening, everybody else. It's been an emotional week with a few things going on in the background, but nonetheless, we are here at possibly one of the circuits that I hate the most. We're in Dubai Autodrome, and what a circuit we've come to. And I was doing a little bit of research before we came on air today, and actually this circuit, there's more than just one version of this circuit. There's also, I believe there's a rallycross circuit nearby as well. Ooh. So this whole facility was designed and made in the Middle East to produce more drivers in all aspects of different versions of motorsport, from bikes to cars to trucks, you name it. This facility was meant to hold all that.
And obviously it holds I believe the Hancock 24-hour race. Not one of the big ones, but still a daunting task nonetheless, and a task that drivers must face that must find grueling and challenging. 11 drivers on your screen. We are expecting Stealth Sloth and Dean Wasocki. Monkey Boy is not here tonight. Liam looks to be a no-show, and we have not heard from Keeg. So we are expecting some more drivers out there. At least 13 drivers, we do believe, when Stealth and Dean turn up in a moment. Then obviously 3 missing, which is the 16 there. Then either way, we are in Dubai, and Dan, it is an absolute, but it's such a scorcher today.
It is indeed. I'm in my rainbow bikini. Team Prolapse will be very happy about that. But no, it's a very, very warm temperatures here. Matt, this is going to be the very first time you race here, and you even commented last night when we were doing a practice session that You were just assuming that this was going to be a normal race like Catalonia, where you go through a heat cycle. Oh boy, you are in for a treat, because Dubai is one and only of circuits that you come here and everything just flips on your head. The hard tyre turns into a super soft tyre. It's all about managing and looking after tyres, because it is hot here. Hot, hot, hot.
And game on. You want to learn a bit more about the track, I hear you screaming out for? Well, let's not look any further, and let's give it you right now with Dan Davis and his track guide.
Let's take a lap with Simbo around this fantastic circuit. Head down towards turn 1 as it comes towards the break point. Just break the line. Down the line. And time down to really something like
You can't hear us though.
No.
Is that another driver?
Possibly so.
They say that this game's dying.
Yeah.
You say Dean's on his way.
Yeah, he's just texted me.
As we go now into turn 4 and 5, this is where your tyres can start there.
57-2 already. The Audi's good here.
Yeah, we saw that with Jamie, didn't we?
Even Overtaker said it was going to be good here. So if Liam misses his first race, he's done.
I think he's, yeah. I said if he misses tonight, I didn't really give him a factor if he missed race 1 or 2. I just didn't care.
if he doesn't turn up to this one.
It pissed me off. It pissed me off, mate. He basically said, because I'm at work at 5 in the morning. Fuck, great, because no one else is up at that early in the morning to get up at fucking 5, to get to work for 5. You're up at 6:30. I know Kieran's up early. Fucking Welsh will probably be up early. Basically, since Saturday, I basically just turned around and went, right, do you know what, Liam? Fuck you. So since British pissed me off, I can't be doing with fucking helping people out anymore. So therefore, if you don't turn up tonight, you are done and banned for the next season of whatever comes on Simply Motorsport. And that's a minimum. He's like, oh, good, because I'm going to PC anyway, so I'll only be doing F1 with Simply unless you want PC. That's what you fucking won't. Should be missing season 1, mate.
We'll save it just in case. Should I call my Jamie references? Pit entries are so helpful now, I think.
Yeah. Which is all on Orthodox's fault.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Oops.
Thank you very much for that one on Orthodox 16 there, or Dan Davis as we love to call him as well. Absolutely brilliant stuff from him. And this then is your track map guide. Then you see here Simply Motorsport. It has, as Dean Wysocki's got into the session by the way, Simply Motorsport, or Dubai Autodrome should I say, season 7 round 9 and 10 of the season it is. It's a track length of 5.390 kilometres, 3.349 in miles. For you lovely fans who love to find out these track facts, it was opened in 2004, so a relatively new track, 20 metres in elevation or 65 feet. It is an FIA Grade 1 circuit. The F1 can come here, as would multiple worldwide sports, big events, but obviously we mainly use the Yas Marina, the track that ends the Formula One, whether it's great racing or controversial racing. I'm a bit more of a fan of this layout than Yas Marina. Either way, we are here for this week. Turn 17 clockwise circuit, as Dan did just mention in that preview on Orthodox, the Pro Quali record and Big Boy Brazy the Pro Race record, but we are looking at the Pro Am records. Maze Gamer on the PS4 156.7 1:57.80, and Fury in the Mercedes a 1:57.749. Not really Pro-Am drivers, but at the end of the day, they was in the Pro-Am at the time. Most wins, as Dan said, Andy and Maze Gamer with 2 apiece, and multiple drivers have 1 pole position to their name. And Dan, you said it in your track preview yourself, and a few incidents with yourself and Big Boy Brazier many moons ago now. But all in all, this circuit has provided great entertainment for yourself racing on it. What are your thoughts and opinions on this circuit, on this track?
I detest this track. I absolutely hate it. I absolutely detest it. It's Sector 1, man. Sector 1 is just horrible. If I try and get a driver who is going into Sector 1, it's just, well, she's at the perfect prime. It's just this right-hander. It never seems to stop turning, and for me, it's the left-hand tyres, as I said in my track guide, are just burning up, and by that point, the rest of the lap, they're just overheated as well. Me and Jamie, also known as Big Boy Brazier, have had an interesting couple races here. We come back to Dubai, and both of us are on the grid once again, so who knows, that might happen again, you just don't know. But it's definitely one of those circuits that it offers surprises if you have not done the testing. We say it time and time again, it's all about being patient, looking after the car, all this lot. This one you really do have to kind of drive like you're on a Sunday drive. You do have to finesse the car, you do have to look after it. Not unless more about aggression and tyre, you have to look after those tyres, no matter if it's softs or hards. They are going to burn up, they're going to die, and you are going to be screaming by the end of the night that you never ever come to Dubai ever again. But other than that, it's great.
It is great. Now, Welsh should be hoping that his teammate Stealth Sloth turns up tonight, because the championship points, which we'll get to in just a moment, don't look great for the MC Motorsport team, who's one of our oldest teams in the competition.
Are they still the oldest pairing?
I do believe they are. No, they had 1 season out when Welsh got 2 seasons out when Welsh got promoted to the Pro. They had 2 seasons apart where Stealth Sloth was teamed with Aidan Bennett. But it is the longest running team name is MC Motorsport. Been there since season 1 right through till now. So it is one of the oldest teams.
Surely, a little flash there from them. There's surely got to be the longest pairing as well.
I think so.
I think there's, Welshie and Stealth Sloth together.
Well, we're in season 7, bar 2 seasons. That's 5 seasons together they've had.
Yeah, and who other else has had more pairings than that? We had Little Leach and Gary for 3, was it? I believe
3 or 4. 4, I think,
3
was the
or
max.
4 seasons until Little Leach got dropped down. I can't think of anyone else. Peaceful and
yourself and Biggs was only 3 seasons.
Yeah, me and Biggs were
again.
3.
Yeah, Monkey Boy Peaceful, I think, was only 3 seasons. So yeah, I think this is the longest pairing as well, and testimony attempts. So let's hope Stealth Sloth does arrive on the circuit. Championship standings, though, look a little like this. Max Mulder leads the way by 32 points, has a great gap over Monkey Boy, but did get caught last week. Monkey Boy, though, not here this week, not able to make this week's race. He sits second place, 10 points ahead of this man, KLF 900, his teammate, and he sits 42 points behind Max. It's then Shane who's in P4. 2 race wins in the last 2 weeks for Shane. Has been a fantastic outing, and we've got that Buzzy Boy in the session now. That one is a bit of a surprise, but either way, Shane P4, 47 off the back of Max Mulder. Rabbit Joe then lines up in P5 at the moment, 85 points. And he's sort of doing what he did in his championship season, where he's started slow and slowly getting better and better and further up that grid. Dean, who's been off the boil, no points in his last 3 races, still hanging on to 6th place at the minute, not yet been out on track. He is 75 behind Max already. Then becomes the next Acura. Argy Bargy is the man, 88 points off of the back of Max Mulder. DJ Phil in 8th place. He then is on 61 points with Ukbar on 54. Bryn on 47 in P10, tied with Leon Fernie. Smithy's down in 12th on 46, with Stealth Sloth just beating his teammate on 39. Welshie 37 points in 14th. Buzzy Boy then on 25, and Lucas Roth on 15. Then the Constructors' Championship looks a little like this. 228 points for Audio Sport and 2 Old Pros. They lead by 30. That, well, you'd imagine, would get cut short tonight with only the one driver out there on the grid from the SRL racing team of Max Mulder and Leon Fernie. 3rd place is the Super Crash Bros. Bryn, not yet been out there and done a lap yet, and Shane. Them two, can they upset the apple cart? Terminal Velocity Racing, then a P4 of DJ Phil and Ukbar. They're 113 points off the back, 119th and 6 points behind Tim at No Velocity Racing is the SFA Acora Racing team of Smithy and Argent. Wakasaki 3rd to 6th, and that is how much Dean's non-finishers have hurt him. Simplay Racing then 5 points behind them on 100, without one driver as well. That's going to hurt them. And MC Motorsport 76, and again, one driver down. And Dan, missing them drivers, you have to say, is a big excuse me, a big loss to these teams today.
Yeah, definitely so. For the team constructors, all those drivers do add up to points, and they always be missed and definitely struggling in this sector. I just realised that Max Boulder's done 56.6. That is fast pace. That's pro pace. That is. But yeah, especially when you've got the likes of Ukbar and DJ Phil who will turn up consistently. You've got Max and Leon who have managed to turn up for every round as well. But if you do manage to do what Overtaker does in the pro and do it all on your own, then you haven't got too much to worry about. And I think with Kelly, tonight might be a night where, as you can see, he's practicing the pit entry, which most of the drivers should really do. This is a track that could suit Kelly's driving style, being patient and looking after the car. He has a style of making sure he finesses his tyres. He always seems to be quite delicate on the soft tyres. That's why he's always able to make them work. He's got a Sergio Perez touch to the tyres. He's able to make them go long. He's able to make them last. And I think a lot of these guys are going to push that tyre hard. And in this category as well, Matt, I don't think most of them will have that knowledge of this circuit to really understand how to look after this car.
And I think another thing as well, Dan, just to say, is we see a lot of people, Dean in particular, loves a late pit stop. I think it's about pitting as close to the middle part of the race to give them tyres a bit of ease, let them cool down a lot. It is going to be crucial tonight.
And one man who's been very successful here in the past is this man, Rabbit Joe. The first time we actually did come here, he was actually in, I believe he was in Pro-Am at the time, in the Mercedes, the first time we came here. And he was matching Pro Pace at that time. Obviously, different car now. He's in the Porsche 911. I believe he's actually running my setup that I posted on YouTube. So I apologise now, Joe, if it goes horrendously wrong. But no, Joe in this car, he's having a fantastic season. He's been where he needs to be. He's having a pointsy season, just like Monkey Boy is. But obviously, with no Monkey Boy here tonight, it's going to really hurt his championship. But I know, for example, there's going to be circuits that he is going to be solid at. And there are still some hefty tracks we're coming to yet.
There are some hefty tracks and some tracks that we know Rabbit Joe is fantastic at, Bathurst being one of them then. Just a heads up for tonight, Dean Wysocki has a qualifying ban in qualifying one, so he's able to be out there in practice. He can do as many practice laps as he wants. He cannot take part in qualifying, and at the minute with no self-sloth will then be starting in P13. Bryn yet to go out on track, Shane in the pits as well for the final minute. And we touch on the Audi being a good car. The Acora looks like it could be a good car for you. Let's talk about the radiator, the engine, the radiator sort of opening. We know that a lot of drivers want to play with the radiator opening. They want it as close as possible to try and keep in some heat and generate some more straight line speed. Obviously, the Porsche then overheats the engine when doing that, and it's the biggest one for overheating the engine. You know more than anybody else. Here, Dan, if people want to play with that engine setting, they're going to be in a tricky situation.
I think it's still very much doable, especially for the likes of the Porsche is going to struggle massively. If they do not have that radiator set to 100% opening, they are going to struggle. Obviously, the way that the Porsche is designed is basically a Volkswagen Beetle, as my dad likes to call it. The engine is right in the rear, so where you see the rear wing, that is where the engine sits, and obviously there's no clean air. There's no air getting to the engine and keeping it cool. Normally it's relied on any like side winglets to keep it cool, and a radiator is trying to keep it in a lower temperature. So this circuit in particular is going to struggle. Meanwhile, on the other hand, you have got the Acoras and you've got the Audi, which are mid-engine, but there's still enough air for them to flow into the mid part of the car. So they're able to keep the engine cool, but it's still not enough. They're still going to overheat quite badly. One car that might not be able to worry about it too much is this car, the Ginetta, front-engined, and that's where the radiator at the front is going to be a lot more shut, and this is where Ukbar and DJ Phil can gain advantage from closing that. But again, with these hot temperatures here, it's very unlikely that they're going to have it closed very low. I'm reckoning between 50 to possibly 60% is what they're going to be looking at. The Porsches, though, 100% radiator wide open.
Wide open there then. 432 drivers' points left up for grabs this season and 752 constructors' points. No drivers yet eliminated, which you wouldn't expect being at the halfway mark of the season then. And we go into this one, Dan. Just before we head into qualifying, your tip for pole position?
I'm going to say Max for pole position, but I think race win, first win of the night, I reckon it's going to go the way of Rabbit Joe.
Interesting.
Kelly's at the wall.
Yeah, obviously testing that famous pit lane again, in which we saw yourself and Jamie have an incident with.
I think we should call it the Big Unorthodox Dubs entrance.
Yeah. It was big. Sorry, I was just typing out the names here for the chat to get their votes in on the poll.
Yeah, there's been quite a few moments here, and the famous one was the one where me and him came together and Andy went on and took a race win.
Andy took on the race win, yeah. You and Jamie at the pit stop, you and Jamie come together for Andy to win another moment. Pro-Am, I take you back to Pro-Am, I think it was the night race we did round Dubai. Fury could have broke the race record, and Argent, last lap, sent it up his inside on the penultimate corner, going on to the final lap of the race, and won the race from Fury. And it meant Fury had to wait an extra week to take the all-time record for wins in a season away from himself. And that, though, is practice done. I can imagine Fury wasn't a happy chap. Max then setting the pace at the moment in the 56.6s with, I think, a quali run. His race runs in the 57s. He's been telling us for a few days in the lobby, as I am pressing continue to race, and it isn't doing so at the minute, so we'll just give it a moment then. So Max from Rabbit Joe, Argent, Ukbar, KLF, DJ Phil, Leon Fernie, Welchie, and apologise to Welchie. I've put him in his teammates livery for tonight, so I do apologise for that. Shane Smithy, Bozzy Boy, Dean, and Bryn not setting a lap time, and it's not letting me continue, so we're just going to wait just a moment. Pace is great, tyres are a problem, says Max, and I can imagine that the tyres are a problem as well.
Just go slower. That's the only thing you can do. Just go slower. That's if I were to give any of these guys advice, that's the only thing that I would give, is just take it easier. Just instead of nailing every single lap, just go at it lap by lap and see what happens. As it sounds like a car is actually stuck in the pits, but I said earlier on, Matt, that I hate this circuit. I have to like it, actually, because this was where I actually got my very first championship. Was at this circuit. Obviously going against Gary for season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously Gary not able to race at Dubai made me mathematically already champion by turning up for the first race. So Dubai has actually got a soft spot of me now. I'm just thinking about it. It's where I took my first championship at Simply Motorsport.
I wonder if Kelly coming into pits has kind of glitched this out a little bit. I'm not too sure. Either way, it's still not letting me continue. So yeah, this is going really well once again then here. So we are just going to take a quick moment while we get this back underway. So don't go anywhere. What the fuck is going off here? What's it doing on your screen?
Nothing.
No loading circle in the bottom right?
Nope.
Just press return to race. That was Welsh's car.
The car's just gone out.
Yeah, that was Welsh's car. Just press
wait for
return.
that car.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Hang on. If I return back to race central, it's not gonna. Hang on, let me do that.
See if it does anything.
I've left.
No, still nothing.
Joe was having internet issues. I don't know if that was it.
Is he in a party that's joinable? Yeah, hang on. Joe?
It's not me, Matt.
No, I know.
It's not me.
Dan's just said Joe was having internet problems, so I'm just wondering if Joe disconnecting earlier has like glitched it a little bit. I don't know if you can hear me at the minute, 'cause it's just got a loading screen. Just press return to race central. Then come back in. Joe, just press return to race central for me, bud. Tell me when you... Have you pressed return to race central for me?
Oh, you want me to return to Race Central?
Just put, yeah, because you will in and out, won't you, at the beginning?
Yeah.
Just tell me when you've done that.
Okay. Sorry, it takes a while for you to come through to my headset. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
why.
I've got a loading circle now, apparently.
Okay, I've pressed return to Race Central.
What the fuck is going off here? No, still got nothing. Right. Who could have glitched this out then? See if it's Welsh, because I know he was driving down the pit lane. Now I've got another circle.
Yeah, I've just got a circle.
If this doesn't work, I'm just going to have to set up a new lobby. Oh, everybody's starting to back out. I said, well, not you, Kieran. I think Dean's done it and all now, because his internet connection's no longer there.
You're Smithy.
Oh, God, are they all fucking doing it?
I mean, to be fair, people have probably just thought you've said Welshie and then assumed that that's meant everyone, like it usually does.
Nah, still not doing it. Right. I'm going to redo the lobby.
Okay.
Okay, are we going straight to a quali then?
Straight into quali, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Right, multiple have left now, but it's still not doing it, so...
I got the loading wheel, and that's
Yeah, I've got
about
that.
it. Might have to do a different lobby.
Yeah, normal lobby. I'm going to have to restart the game, because I can't back out.
That's
Right.
annoying.
You're telling me.
You're leaving, it'll work.